What's up, everyone? Today we have a Honda. It's one of these twin blade 3-in-1 systems. Pretty decent little mower. Let's see if we can get you in here to get the serial. Well, not serial, but there we are. The complaint on this one is he has a couple mowers and wants them tuned up. But this one actually he doesn't use because all of a sudden either this wheel or the other wheel, he couldn't remember, will just lock when he uses the self-propel. And it kind of leaves like a mud, I don't know, gash, scar, whatever you would want to call it. So in addition to tuning it up, which I have videos on that already, it's just going to be, air filter, plug, oil, and a blade sharpening. I'm not going to really show that, but I want to take a look at this drive. I have a pretty good idea what it is. I think it's probably just dirty or jammed or something. So my first welding project that I did about a month ago is going to help us out. I'm going to put that underneath there, take the wheel off, and just kind of look at the gears. Okay, I should rephrase. My first TIG project. So these have a tendency of just getting full of crap, and this is no different from the looks of it. Looks like we have some grease. Pretty much what you want to see. I mean, it's really nothing throwing up a red flag on me on this side. Besides it being dirty, of course. It's not going to go that way because, let's see here, when you push it forward, the wheel is going to go that way. Let's look at this. All that seems pretty good too. Let's put that on and just see if we can't. This should have no problem. Yeah. Going backwards, that's going to be a little harder, but that's because you're pushing against the gear. That's normal. Inside there's like this, kind of like a cam with like a key, and when it goes like this, that key just doesn't catch. But going the other way, when it's under power, which is obviously going to be the different direction, it catches and it propels. So I don't think it's this side, to do the other side. And wheel number 2. First, let's see if... Yeah, it's definitely this wheel. I think I even hear something. Could just be as simple as a rock got stuck in there. Nope. One of the washers came off. If you want to re-oil these, you need to use like white lithium grease or You don't want to use oil, I'll just put it that way. You want to put grease. White lithium's nice because you can just put it in a spray can. Or it comes in a spray can. So I have a feeling that was pretty much it. It's just feels pretty decent. I don't know how that would happen normally, but it happened. Now, if none of this was wrong, you would have to take it apart, and there's a very real possibility that it's your transmission or your gears. Also, tighten that down. You do not want to be on the receiving end of it coming apart. And does it go back? It does. It's pretty much the same pressure as the other one. Very good. So, I think that concludes that one. So let's go over if it wasn't my next assumption. Take it apart. Obviously the other one is fine, so we'd be doing this one. But take the C-clip off, look at it, make sure everything in there. Remember the stacking. The stacking is very important. Make sure the key isn't sheared. If it is, get a new key. That's probably a problem. If everything seems to be okay, still nothing, you're spinning the wheel and nothing's happening and it just feels grimy when you go in, it's your transmission. Now you can sometimes repair your transmission, it's not very easy, and a lot of times you can't even get the parts. You just have to buy the whole thing. If you're one of the few that can, you can definitely try, but that's really about it. Next thing I'm going to do is adjust the sensitivity, because he says that this is insanely sensitive. So try not to pay too much attention to the background. Hopefully you can see this, but this is the cable right here with for the drive. So however your drive system works, this has a little paddle thing that you can adjust. But they usually all have the same type of cable. In order to, over time, cables will stretch, and even the brake cable will stretch, and there's even a way to adjust that. I have it on a different video. But what you want to do, if over time, if it starts getting, or there's a lot of play, or you really have to start pushing the whatever mechanism for starting your wheels, I want to adjust this. The further out this goes, the more sensitive it will be. The further in it goes, the less sensitive it will be. So this guy, do I have another 10mm? Probably not. It's nowhere around. So take a 10mm. If you have two, congrats. I, for whatever reason, can't find mine. But isn't that like the tale as old as time? 10mm and 3/8, you can never find it. So, loosen the top nut. He wants it less, so we're going to screw this in. Kind of just holding on the bottom. It really doesn't take a lot. You can kind of just press on whatever your mechanism is to kind of feel when it starts to engage. Like I could tell there's probably like a good 1/4 inch of play before. Now, before there was literally no play at all. So I think this is pretty good. Just gonna tighten this down. And there we go. So that should be done with that one. This is how you fix the problem, at least for the the sudden jerkiness of the wheels. Check to see if there's any rocks. This, for whatever reason, had a nut. Check the condition of your gears. Check the condition of the gears inside the wheel. All those were fine. In this one, we just had an obstruction. Most of the time, it is an obstruction. This isn't like a Craftsman transmission. They usually last a pretty decent amount of time. Okay, well, if this helped you out, definitely put a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put a thumbs up as well. If you like what you see, keep watching. Definitely subscribe. I try to post fairly regularly, and hopefully this had helped someone out there. If it did, leave a comment below. Have a good rest of your night. See you later.